Hey, what's going on, everyone? With 2022 right around the corner, I am excited to be presenting you with an overview of what is coming in the Persist training cycles ahead. Now, this isn't my first rodeo when it comes to helping start clients off on the right foot heading into the new year. I've seen too many clients try to do too many different things too soon and fail. So in true Persist fashion, we are going to start simple and build our way into 2022. Every workout to start the year of Persist off is going to be anchored in functional bodybuilding foundations. We've got an exciting year ahead with functional bodybuilding, and my goal is to have you come along with us for the entire year-long experience. Over the course of 2022, we will be releasing so many great features and opportunities to engage with us. So my commitment is to take care of you through these first important 6 weeks of 2022 to make sure you're feeling strong and energized for a big year ahead. Now, before I start highlighting what's to expect in the coming training tracks, I want to give you a simple overview of how I look at all of the programs and the program elements that I prescribe inside Persist. Regardless of what track you participate in, every training day inside of Persist has 4 elements to it. Element number 1, it's always designed to get you going. This is going to be some form of pre-fatigue, hot start, aerobic bodybuilding. Element number 2, this is where we aim to move the needle on your strength, your skill, or your muscle hypertrophy in training. This is where we're going to explore some aspect of powerful hypertrophy supersets or absolute or speed strength efforts. Then we come to element number 3. This is where we look to keep you well-balanced and well-rounded. This is typically where you're going to explore strength balance supersets, accessory work designed to keep your unilateral strength and small muscle hypertrophy in check. And now element number 4, finally, this is where the conditioning lives. This is the time to explore your energy systems, be it sustainable aerobics, muscle endurance, or periodically high-intensity outputs. Now, while the order of things can vary periodically, you should be on the lookout always for these 4 elements in your FBB sessions. Now, why do we have different training tracks? Well, what you're going to see when you explore the different training tracks of Persist is that every program has a slightly different approach to each of the elements that I just mentioned. There's some crossover here and there, but ultimately what makes each of these training tracks unique is the approach and emphasis seen within the 4 elements of the training day. Now, the various ways that they're going to differ come in the form of 1, equipment. What are you using? Time commitment, the length of the workout, the skill level. Are you advanced? Are you still getting used to functional bodybuilding concepts? Is there a big focus on hypertrophy, or is there a big focus on intensity and performance? Now, let's get into these training tracks and break down all the great elements of each that I'm excited to roll out in this coming month. All right, starting off with pillars. A pillar is defined as a thing regarded as reliably providing essential support. That's the Webster's definition in the dictionary. Functional bodybuilding pillars are the most essential ingredients that provide essential support to your health and fitness. So if you do nothing else, the workouts in pillars have got you covered. Now remember, pillars is our 4-day-a-week training track that will have you in and out of the gym in under 60 minutes. 2 days are going to be dedicated to upper body and 2 days are going to be dedicated to lower body. We're committed to helping our athletes solidify great movement patterns in pillars. We want to focus intensely on a few core lifts every 6-week cycle of pillars so you can learn how to move better with these foundational exercises. We'll highlight the following 4 barbell lifts this training cycle, and you'll have weekly opportunities to get stronger and move better. Saturday, we're going to be touching on the sumo deadlift. Tuesdays, we're going to be hitting front squat progressions. And on Monday, you're going to be working your overhead pressing with the strict press and the push press. Pillars is also always about powerful supersets. You will be getting daily strength balance combinations. These strength balance supersets are one of the hallmarks of FBB. These combinations will not only build great muscle and strength, but they'll also help ensure your joints become more resilient and durable for the long haul. So we're going to spread that load around the body throughout the week with the following pairs. We've got a whole day dedicated to back and hip health where we're going to be doing single leg training and lateral core training. We've got a whole day dedicated to shoulder strength and balance, where we're going to be doing a variety of different dumbbell exercises at different angles, like pullovers and incline dumbbell bench. And then lastly, we also have a day dedicated to building up anterior and posterior leg strength with a strength balance superset involving squats and kettlebell swings. Each day, we're going to expose you to a new variation of functional pump conditioning inside of pillars. The goal here is to deliver focused and purposeful intensity to you. Inside of pillars, functional pump conditioning is always going to fall within the 10 to 15 minute range. These are designed to be a great introduction to how we condition with functional bodybuilding. Two of my favorite formats that will progress through this cycle and build confidence are as follows. We'll have one day dedicated to what I call continuous movement. It's going to be focused on the lower body, and from start to finish, there will be no rest periods inside the workout. On the flip side, we love to use interval style conditioning inside of functional bodybuilding. So the second format that you'll see in pillars is going to be an interval style upper body conditioning piece. You'll have mixtures of rowing and biking with upper body weight and weighted exercises, all combined with rest periods to ensure that your quality levels stay really high. Okay, moving on to Persist Pump. Over 20 years of training and coaching, I have encountered many of the best training methods from world-renowned coaches. Pump brings together the elements that lend themselves best to changing body composition. So this track offers conditioning workouts that complement a muscle-building hypertrophy lifting protocol. The Pump training track is a 5-day-a-week program, and the workout sessions last from 60 to 75 minutes daily. This coming training cycle is going to feature 2 lower body days, 2 upper body days, and 1 day that's focused on arms and shoulders. The movement breakdown is going to almost mimic a traditional body part split this training cycle. So on your 2 lower body days, you'll have 1 quad focus day and 1 glute hamstring focus day. On your upper body days, you'll have 1 chest focus day and 1 back focus day. Some of the training highlights inside of Pump are the feature of aerobic bodybuilding. Aerobic bodybuilding is perhaps my favorite way to get training started. I believe more sustainable cardio is beneficial to just about every athlete that we coach. So aerobic bodybuilding is going to help get more cardio and muscle-specific prep for training into each session. So expect to see some aerobic bodybuilding to start several training sessions during the week. The second feature inside of Pump workouts that you're going to be seeing is superset number 1. Now, this is the hallmark of Pump. You get a daily superset that is designed to be very intense. This cycle, you will see the intensity is going to build every couple weeks. I'm going to be adjusting rest periods down so that you're moving from exercise 1 to exercise 2 with almost no rest at all, making these supersets very intense. These movements inside superset 1 are going to remain consistent every other week for the whole cycle. This is where you're going to be pushing it. I'm excited to see some of these supersets unfold and get really intense for you. As an example, on Monday, we've got T-bar rows blended with banded kettlebell pullovers. On your Friday glute day, we've got heavy barbell hip thrusts going right into seated good mornings. And on Saturday, in the chest day example, we've got future method bench press coming right into strict dips. Now, in the vast majority of Pump workouts, there's a second superset that comes along with superset number 1. In this training cycle, this is going to be focused on strength balance. The second of the 2 supersets is here to explore new patterns every single week. The volume and the rest periods are going to stay the same, and the goal here is to keep you well-rounded, keep your body balanced, keep your joints healthy, and to work on some of that smaller muscle group hypertrophy to round out your physique. We'll be touching on movements like the wide stance good morning, the single leg hip thrust, weighted hanging leg tucks, and even rear foot elevated split squats. And lastly, inside of Pump, we've got functional pump conditioning, only this time it's more muscle pump focused. Yeah, pump conditioning uses formats that allow you to really focus on the quality of your muscle contractions throughout the workout. I want you to breathe and experience aerobic fatigue, but I do not want you to get distracted to the point where your movement starts to get sloppy. Clean, loaded, and bodyweight reps under moderate aerobic fatigue is what's going to lead to huge opportunity to continue to build muscle and metabolism. Some awesome examples that are coming at you are the Saturday isometric carry madness workouts that we have, as well as Monday, we've got these ascending fatigued triplets where the reps increase for a specific length of time and you just accumulate more reps as you go and as you build fatigue in the exercises listed. Okay, rounding this conversation out, we're gonna talk about perform. Here is where we bring together the cutting edge of functional bodybuilding concepts in performance, muscle building, strength, and skill. Your performance each day will span many fitness traits. Some days you'll be challenged with high-level skills, some days will be intense conditioning efforts, and other days will push you with strength work. If you love the exploration of fitness, trying new things, and expanding your fitness abilities, this is the place for you. Persist Perform is 5 days a week. These workouts can last anywhere from 60 to 90 minutes. We always like to include short on time notes, and these notes will guide you on what to focus on specifically inside the workout if you only have that 60 minutes or less to actually train. Now, how we break out these days, this training cycle, Monday is an upper body focused day. Tuesday is going to be a hinging focused day with lots of barbell work. Wednesday is going to be squat focused with full body resistance. We'll come back after the rest day on Friday. We'll snatch. We'll get more upper body work. And then Saturday is going to be a big squat and hinging day before you head into your Sunday rest day. The perform approach to pre-fatigue and hot starts is slightly different than the other training tracks. We'll likely be including more intensity than any of the other tracks, as well as more complex movements in these sections of training. The understanding here is that if you're doing this track, you welcome challenges in movement, rather than getting overly frustrated if you struggle with them. So as an example, on Saturday in your hot start, it wouldn't be uncommon to see a very hard bike effort into a complicated kettlebell maneuver like the dual kettlebell clean and jerk, or seeing something like a burpee to max vertical leap for multiple reps. On Wednesday in your pre-fatigue, you might see a kettlebell grinder. This would be like a 10-minute continuous workout where you're using one kettlebell and you're doing Turkish get-ups, you're doing windmills, and you're biking all at the same time. And lastly, on the Tuesday hot start, you could see sprints on the rowing machine, high speed, high effort, real intense to accompany the barbell work that's coming later. In perform, element number 2 is often dedicated to absolute strength work or speed strength work. So in perform, we're going to explore Olympic lifts and traditional power lifts. While we do use some very classic progressive overload principles, more often you're going to see variations on these classic lifts like the snatch and the clean or the back squat and the deadlift, with the intention that we want to help build your skill and strength in these patterns without having to constantly tackle the same movements week after week. I found that can lead to mental exhaustion in our athletes over time if all they're seeing is the same back squat for 6 months in a row. So I use variation in these classic barbell lifts inside of perform to keep you progressing for the long haul, not just for the next 6 weeks. So an example is that on Tuesday, we're going to be hitting deficit deadlifts for a period of 6 weeks. On Wednesday, we're going to be working on long pause front squats for the period of weeks 1, 2, and 3. Then we'll move into max effort work towards week 6. And on Friday, we're going to be exploring positional snatch work like the muscle snatch into some power snatches later on. And finally, Saturday, we've got 1 1/4 back squats for the first 3 weeks before we get into more traditional back squats on the back half of the training cycle. When we look at perform strength balance work, that's element number 3 of the training track. Every strength balance combination in perform is highly focused and has a specific intention designed into it. So the goal is not to just balance body parts, but it's to take it one step further and target, overload a specific pattern of the body to push your strength further. Remember, we're here to challenge performance with this training track. So some examples of what we'll be doing and what you're going to see are a Monday vertical push overload. You're going to be doing barbell strict press into single arm dumbbell push press into a pronated strict pull-up. Saturday, we're going to be doing a hinge and single leg overload. That's going to look like good mornings and plate loaded box step downs or even box pistols. And then Friday, the strength balance superset is actually a 3-movement superset that is really scapular strength focused, where we're going to combine dips, handstand push-ups, and direct scapular work like the Powell raise. And finally, functional pump conditioning and perform. Be prepared for challenges every day as we explore your energy system training. Your skills, muscle endurance, barbell cycling, aerobic endurance, all will be tested. You'll have a chance to grow and build these skills over time. As a side note, this sort of daily commitment to challenging conditioning is not for everybody every day. Even I will go through periods where I find it hard to get the energy up for sessions like this. Don't stress if that's you. It's totally okay. Even though this program, Persist, we are all about being built, not burnt, and having that mentality in the program. If you ever find yourself getting a little overwhelmed by these conditioning sessions, doing them 5 days a week, I encourage you to go grab a conditioning workout from Pump or Pillars and substitute it in for the conditioning work inside of Perform on that day. It will help to turn the intensity down just a touch. Nobody is meant to do high intensity or challenging workouts in conditioning every day forever. It's okay to build, it's okay to be into it for a while, and then if you need to take a little bit of a break, you know where you can go find those functional pump conditioning workouts inside of Pump and Pillars that have the intensity turned down a little bit to give you a mental break. A few of the functional pump conditioning workouts that I'm particularly excited for are the Tuesday interval Olympic weightlifting sessions that are coming your way. This is where we're going to combine Olympic weightlifting with short gymnastics, calisthenics, bodyweight movements that are going to be in these short intervals, giving you a chance to work, rest, and get a lot of barbell training and practice in. Monday, muscle endurance is something I'm also pretty excited about. We're going to be trying a bunch of different every minute on the minute or every 3 minutes on the minute type formats that are going to combine weights, body weight, and machines like rowing and biking. And finally, every other Wednesday, I'm dropping a pretty intense chipper on you to grind your way through before you head into your Thursday rest day. And last but not least, we're going to be talking about Minimalist. Now, Minimalist was born in April of 2020. When the world was locked down in their homes and most of us had little more than our own body weight to train with, we created a training solution that never sacrificed purpose because of limited equipment. Minimalist has served and continues to serve as a place to experience the same methods that we use in Perform and Pump, but all designed around limited gear. It's perfect for those who train at home, maybe travel for work, or just want to do a bodyweight workout once a week or twice a week. Minimalist is also programmed 5 days per week. Minimalist equipment requires basically a pair of dumbbells, a pull-up bar, a jump rope, and a step or a bench. There are always bodyweight options for every part of training, just in case you don't have one of those mentioned pieces of equipment. Now, Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday in the upcoming training cycle are going to mimic the Perform training track, meaning it's Perform with adjustments made to make it suitable for minimalist training. Additionally, the Tuesday and the Friday sessions inside of Minimalist are Pump inspired. Those are going to look like the Pump workouts on the corresponding days, only adjusted with your equipment limitations in mind. Because there's not as much equipment set up for these workouts, they tend to only take around 60 minutes or less to finish. So if you're short on time, Minimalist is a great approach. And before we go, I want to mention just a few more things. We've got bonus features that you're going to get inside of Persist, absolutely free with the subscription, coming this January. The first bonus is what I call daily range. That's right, daily prep and cool downs designed to replace your additional daily mobility routine. Every workout has a warm-up and a cool down that follow these principles. So follow these at the beginning and the end of your training, and you can consider your mobility taken care of. They are designed by Dr. Adam Fetter, Doctor of Physical Therapy, Functional Bodybuilding Master Coach, to specifically support the training that we do every day. The second bonus is cardio. That's right. The 30-30 cardio ebook is exclusively available to every Persist member. You get 30 different ideas for 30-minute cardio workouts that you can add to your week if you want to. If you love to add some cardio as we do, then use these to stay aligned with FBB principles. Challenge yourself to follow 30 days straight if you'd like. All the details are inside the cardio ebook that is part of Persist. Number 3, I'm calling recover. Every program track has designated active recovery days. On those days, we encourage you to move your body for 30 minutes with some aerobic movement. Additionally, we've provided you with full-length videos, guided mobility recovery sessions. These are all led by Dr. Adam Fetter, Doctor of Physical Therapy, Functional Bodybuilding Master Coach, and they're going to help you explore new range of motion, build stronger positions, and with your own body weight, we're going to help you work out kinks from your training. And last but not least, the final bonus is the nutrition guide and challenge. So we're launching the practical protein guide this January. And as a member of Persist, you'll have free exclusive access. You're going to get recipes, meal ideas, and a ton of additional information to your most common questions about protein. Then we'll kick off the protein challenge this January. I'm so stoked to have you guys joining us for the Persist training cycle that begins on January 3rd. It is a new year, and we have your best interests and your long-term fitness in mind. So let us guide you. Can't wait to get in there with you. Take care.